Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Computer Science Classes by Nikhil Srivastava. And in this video we will continue our discussion of stored procedures. And in the previous video we just saw the basics of stored procedures. We saw that what are the modes in which we can pass arguments to stored procedures, and then we also looked on how can you create loops and then your if conditions also in your stored procedures. So all that we looked and now let us practice some more questions related to some very easy problems which you can solve using stored procedures. So my first problem is you have to write a stored procedure to find the count of employee in a particular department passed in as argument. So what the stored procedure is doing, it is taking one argument, that is the name of the department, and then it is finding it is using, and then it is returning the count of employees in that particular department. So how will you go for this query? Okay, so try it on your own. If you are not able to get it, then we will try to solve. I'll just pause the video. Okay, if you are not able to get it, then I think it is first I need to create the delimiter, and then I need to create a procedure. Suppose the name of the procedure is suppose I say the name of the procedure is num employees. Okay, and what it is taking, suppose one argument it is taking, and this is the department name, and it is of type varchar suppose 100, and then I will say begin, and then I will say end, and here I will write just $. Okay, so begin, you can have some variable declarations. So first we have variable declarations and then we perform some operations. So first of all I need to declare one variable that will contain the number count of employees in that department. So what will I write? Select count star from employees where dpt id equal to select dpt id from departments. So departments where dname equal to what? Suppose this argument is not dname, I would say that this is equal to v underscore dname. Alright, so it is equal to v underscore dname. So let us again try to write it. So I will say v underscore dname, and then I will say what? I will say suppose I just write to select v underscore dname. Okay, I say select v underscore dname, and I just go and run this. So if you are not okay, I have done something okay, I'm sorry, I just made a mistake. I need to declare this, I need to declare a variable that will hold suppose I declare a variable of type integer. Okay, cnt, I declare a variable cnt of type integer, and what do I write? I write something like this. Okay? Select count star into what? Select count star into cnt. Okay, so let us if you are not able to get this query, let us first of all write let us go and write this query. So what is it exactly doing? We will just see. Okay, so for example I just go and I just paste this query. I will not write this, I will just only select the count of employees which belong to a particular department. So you'll get the feel of this query. So I'm using subqueries. So suppose the name of the department is, for example, marketing. So I will write marketing. Okay, alright, marketing. So employees does not exist. Okay, there is a small mistake, employees. Alright, so the number of employees in the marketing department is 6, and if you want the number of employees in the sales department, you will get it 2. So this is the way the query is working. So now I want to I don't want to write this query again and again. I just want to create a stored procedure for this query. So this way I'm doing it. So here what I'm doing, first of all I'm declaring a variable. Declaring a variable of type what? Of type integer, and the name of the variable is cnt. Okay, and then what I'm doing, I'm selecting the count that you are getting. For example, over here for the marketing department you are getting the count to be 6. So but whatever count you are getting, you are collecting into which variable? You are collecting it into the cnt variable, and then I will say select cnt. Okay, so if I write like this, select cnt, select cnt, it will print cnt on the screen. The count of the number of employees, it will print on the screen. So let us try. So this is, this is very standard mechanism that we use many times. Suppose you want to fetch some value, then you fetch using this, using the into clause. Okay, so you fetch using the into clause into some variables. Okay, we'll see some more examples for it. I'll just modify this stored procedure also. So let us, first of all try to run this procedure. Okay, so the name of the procedure is num_employees. So let us, I'll just go and create the stored procedure. I think if it is copied, I'll just copy it, and suppose I go and paste it over here. Okay, it is successfully created, and I will change the delimiter, because it creates a lot of problem. Then I will call this stored procedure. What is the name of the stored procedure? num_employees. And suppose I pass the name of the department. So name of the department has to be passed as an argument. Suppose I pass a name as sales. Okay, so I just need to make a change over here also. There was a spelling mistake, so again I need to copy all this, and then I need to first of all drop this procedure. So I will write drop procedure what? num_employees. First of all I drop the stored procedure, then again I will create the stored procedure. Again now it is created, then again I will call this stored procedure. How will I call it? Yeah, number of employees. Okay, and delimiter $. So you are getting 2 employees. I'll again change the delimiter. Okay, suppose I change the delimiter to like this, and then suppose I want the number of employees in the marketing department, then what will I do? I will do something like this, marketing, and then you will get the number of employees in the marketing department. So now this is the way you are working with stored procedures. Now my requirement is little different. I just do not so now I can do something different. What I can do, I can also pass this value to this count that we have fetched. I can pass it into some kind of output variable. So how can I pass it? I can do something like this. For example, I declare a variable of type inout, and suppose I say it is the name of cnt, and it is of type integer. Okay, so now firstly you were declaring this variable inside your stored procedure. Now you need to pass this this variable as an argument. So now what will I do? Don't need to select it, because this variable is of type which type? It is of type out. So if whatever changes I make to this variable inside the stored procedure, they will be reflected outside the body of the stored procedure as well. So here if I fetch the count of the marketing department, then cnt will be set to 6, and outside once the stored procedure execute, you will be able to access the value of cnt. So here that we will do. Okay, so let us copy this code, and I will change the delimiter. I think I've already changed it. Alright, so let me run it. Alright, I need to drop it. Drop procedure num_employees. This is the name of my stored procedure. I just dropped it. Okay, I have dropped the stored procedure. Now I again need to create it. Okay, query. Okay, and now what I do, I set a variable. Suppose set @cnt, and I set it to suppose 0. Initially I set it to 0, and okay, alright, let me change the delimiter. I've changed the delimiter. Now I need to call the stored procedure. So how will I call the stored procedures? What is the name? num_employees, and suppose I am talking about the marketing department, and I pass a second argument. What is the second argument? @cnt. Okay, and then suppose I say select @cnt, then what will you get? You'll get count as 6. If you suppose you pass suppose which department you pass, suppose the sales department, sales, and you are passing this with this argument, that is @cnt, and that is effectively it is collecting into this, it is referring to this argument, and this has been passed as a reference. So whatever changes you are making, see, you are fetching the count of all the employees in that particular department, which you are also passing as an argument in which name b_d name. So that is also getting collected into this variable cnt. So here suppose I pass sales, and then if I say select @cnt, then you will get the count. For example, for sales department there are 2 employees. Okay, so a stored procedure can also have multiple return values. For example, I say I just do not want I also want the average salary of the of all the employees in that particular department. For example, if you passed suppose a marketing department, for example, you just pass, suppose here you pass the sales department. I just do not only want the count of the employees. I also want the average salary of the employees in that department. So what will I do? I will again declare a variable of type what? In out suppose avg sal, and this is also what type? This is also of type integer. Okay, so here again I can I can write something like this. I can write something like this. Select avg of what? Select average of salary into which variable? Into this variable avg sal. Sorry, avg sal. Okay, see this variable, this avg sal, this variable. So he collected average salary into which variable? The avg sal variable. So now you can again go and run this load procedure. Let us see. We are getting both of the output. So now we are fetching. So we are just giving one value. What we are giving? We are just giving the department name b_d name, and you are getting what? The count of employees in that department, and the average salary of all the employees that belong to that department. So here I can do it. Okay. So again I just need to copy it. How will I copy it? I'll just go and I'll just copy all this code, and before copying I just need to drop the stored procedure. So what will I say? Drop procedure num underscore employees. First of all, I'll drop the stored procedure, then again I'll just gonna create the stored procedure. It is successfully created, and then I will set two variables. What? Set @cnt equal to, suppose @cnt is equal to 0, and then I will set delimiter I will set, and then I will set one more variable. What? I will set avg sal, and that is also equal to what? 0. Then I will call the stored procedure. What is the name of the stored procedure? Num employees. And suppose I want to get the information regarding the marketing department. So for marketing department I will pass @cnt, and then I will pass @avg sal. See here, oh sorry, my god. Okay, again I need to call the stored procedure. What? Num underscore employees, and suppose what is the name of the department? The marketing department, and @cnt is the count of employees, and in this variable you will be fetching the average salary of the employees. See here, this you have written this query. Select as you were selecting the count. Now you are selecting what? The average salary into which variable? This avg sal. Okay, so now you will be collecting that variable also. Let us go and run this. So if I say select @cnt, then you'll get 6, and suppose you say avg sal, the average salary of department number 20, then you will get it to be what? 1,02,000. So this is the average salary of the the marketing department. So we have so there can be multiple return types that can be associated with the stored procedures. How you have to create multiple parameters of type out to have multiple return types in a stored procedures. Okay, so this is where we work with stored procedures. Now again the second stored procedure, let us try to quickly solve it. Stored procedure to find the name of department of an employee ID passed as an argument. So this you try out on your own. It is very simple. You suppose what the stored procedure is doing. It is for the stored procedure I'm just passing the employee ID, and I want to fetch the name of the department of that particular employee. For example, I just pass if I pass if you say select star from the employees and select star departments. Okay, then if I say suppose I pass employee ID, if I pass 1, then the department ID is 10. That for that I mean the stored procedure must return me what? It must return me sales. Okay, so how will you go for it? Okay, try it on your own. Okay, if you're not able to get it, then I think it is very simple. It's almost like what we have written previously. I'll just copy this code, and I'll go over here and I'll just paste it. So first of all I'll change the I'll name the stored procedure to be mpdpt, and it is taking what? It is taking the employee ID. So I will say EID. Okay, sorry, EID, and it is of type what? EID is of type integer. Okay, integer. And then there is one more variable that is I will say v underscore dname, and okay, and that is of type inout, and this variable I will to fetch the department name of the employee ID that has been passed. So I will will be of type what? It will be of type varchar 20, and then I don't need any third argument in this case. I think I am done, and then I'll just I'll remove this, and what query will I write? See, I need to fetch the the name of the department. So I will say select dname into what? Select dname into v underscore dname. See, this v underscore dname, this will be reflected outside the body of the stored procedure. Because why? Because this is a parameter of type inout. So select dname into vname from which table? Departments, where dpt id equal to what? It is equal to select dpt id from employees. Employees, select dpt where eid equal to what? Vid equal to v underscore eid. Okay, if you write like this, and then if you go and run the stored procedure, I think it is going to run fine. Okay, let us try to do it this also. It's not got copied, so I'll just copy it, and let us see if it is working or not. Okay, yeah, it is working. So now I need to call the stored procedure. Before I'll just change the delimiter, and then I will set a variable, suppose v underscore dname, and I'll set it to blank. Okay, then I will call the stored procedure. Which stored procedure? The name of the stored procedure is emp underscore dept. Okay, and then the first argument is you pass employee ID. So for example, I want to find the employee for employee ID 1, and the second argument I will say v underscore dname, and then the stored procedure will be executed. And if I say select @v underscore dname, then what will you get? You will get sales. Why? Because Nikhil, this employee Nikhil has employee ID 1, and he is working in department ID 10, and department ID 10 is what? Sales department. But if you take Sonali, then what will be the output? For example, I just go over here, and again I call it, but now I pass to suppose employee ID as 3. Then if I if I write then I'll get the marketing department. Why? Because the employee having the employee ID 3 is working in which department? She is working in the marketing department. So this is cool stuff. Let us this is a good question. List stored procedure list all dates which belong to a particular weekday passed as an argument in the current month. So what do exactly I want out of this stored procedure? I want that suppose you create a stored procedure, and that it will take one argument. Suppose it is taking Sunday. Then what it is going to do, it is going to find all the Sundays of the current month. But if you pass an argument, suppose Tuesday, then it is going to find all the Tuesdays of the current month. So what will be the exact logic? Before writing the stored procedure, you must think about what kind of logic should I need to apply. So I need to do one thing. I need to first of all I need to suppose fetch the first first day of the month. So I will say this variable to be f month, and I need to create one more variable that is the last day of the month. Okay, so I get the first day of the current month, I get the last day of the current month. Then I will run a loop from the first day of the current month to to the last day of the current month. I will run a loop, and for each day I need to check. For example, for the stored procedure, suppose the stored procedure name was pp1, and you pass the argument. Suppose you want then all the Sundays that are in the current month, you pass Sunday as an argument. So it will check if this if f month the current date of it is equal to what, if on the current the day it is equal to Sunday, then it will print that day. And then you can increment f month by 1. So f month by 1 day. Okay, f month by 1 day. So it will point to the next day, and then you can for every day of the month, because you got the first day of the month, you got the last day of the month. Then for if you run a loop from the first day to the last day of the month, you will get every day of the current month, and for every day you can check is it equal to Sunday. If it is equal to Sunday, then you can print that day. So the logic is very simple, but we have to be very clear about the date function. So let us let us try to work on it. So there is one function last underscore day. it takes a date and it finds the last day of that for example, I passed suppose 20th July 2015. I passed this date. So what will I do? What will it do? It will find the last day of 20th last day of July 2015. For example, I just say suppose like this 2015, and there was suppose the month is 05 and the day is suppose 07. What will it do? Let us see. So it will find the last day of the because May 2015, so that is equal to 2005 and 31 days. So it will find the last day of the month. So now if I say suppose last day, and suppose I pass what, if I pass cur date, then it will give the last day of the current month. See, according to my date, all the date settings on my calendar, if you just see, this is it's 2017 May is there. So May is equal to 5th month, and then last day is what? Last day is equal to 3rd. So it will return the last day of the current month. Okay, suppose I want the first day of the current month. So what will I do? I want the first day of the current month. So let me do one thing. Let me subtract 1 month from the last day of the current, last day of the current month. So what will I do? I will say date underscore sub. And what will I subtract from, the last day? I will subtract interval 1 month. Sorry. So what will you get? I think. Okay, so you will get the if you subtract 1 month, see, I'm subtracting 1 month from the from the last day of the current month, then what you will get, you will get the last day of the previous month. Okay, you will get the last day of the previous month, and then if you add 1 day to it, suppose I add 1 day to it, so what will I add? Date underscore add, and I add 1 day to it. So what will I get? Interval 1 day. Okay, if I add it, then what will I get? I think I need to add it. Yeah, so now you are getting for the current month, from this you are getting what? You are getting the last day of the current month, and if you use this, then you are getting the the first day of the current month. So both dates I have fetched. So now I need to iterate between both of these days, and I need to find which day is equal to what, is equal to whatever, it is equal to Sunday, Monday, depending upon the argument you have passed. So let me write down this stored procedure. So I will say, first of all, also delimiter. Suppose I will say, I can create any delimiter. So now, suppose now I create this delimiter. So I create a stored procedure. Suppose suppose I name pp1. Okay, it can be, arbitrary any name, but and this is taking one argument. Suppose it is of type in, and suppose I name the argument as wday, and it is of type what? Varchar, suppose 20, and then I'll begin the stored procedure. Sorry, I'll just begin the stored procedure. I'll end it, and I'll write like this. Okay, so now I think it is so now first of all I need to do declare variables. Suppose f month is representing the first day of the current month. So how will I find the first day of the current month? See, here I've calculated the first day of the current month. So I just need to copy it. I think I've already explained it. So here I'll just paste it. Okay, so this is the first day of the current month, and I will declare one more variable, L month, and L month is equal to last day of the current month. See, this is the last day of the current month. This was returning the last day of the current month. So I think I need to copy it again also. Last day of the current month. Enter, and if I go and just paste it over here, this is the last day of the current month. And then what I need to do, and I need to run a for loop. So sorry, a while loop. So while f month is less than or equal to what? L month do. Okay, and here I will say end while. So what effectively I am doing with this for loop, what I am doing is that till this f month is less than or equal to L month, because inside this loop I am going to always increment f month by 1, and once I increment f month by 1, it is going to iterate for all the all the days of the current month. So now I'm going to do something like this. Suppose I say if so there is one function, select week. I have covered these function when I discussed date functions. Select weekday cur date. Okay, what does this mean? Weekday. you know, there is a weekday. Okay, there is day name. There is one function, day name. I think this is the function. Yeah, so day name, there is a function that is, you know, it is used to return the, you know, the what day is the, you know, the current day. So for example, you know, today it is Sunday, so it is returning what? It is returning Sunday. So here it is. So all right, so now if you know, if day name of what, or day name of f month, day name of f month is equal to what? Is equal to w day. Then what do? I select, suppose I say select f month, I select it, and then I will say over here end if. I'll just end the, you know, I'll just end this if condition, and you know, then what I'm going to do is that I just need to increment the value of what? I just need to increment the value of f month by 1. So I will say set f month equal to add what? Date underscore add, and what will I add? F month, and then I will say interval 1 day. All right. So I think I just, you know, I just completed the stored procedure. Let us try to run it. What is the name of the stored procedure? pp1. So I'll copy it, and first of all I'll just, you know, some procedure of name pp1 may be existing, so I'll just drop it first. Okay, then I need to create it. I think it should be done. Okay, there is some problem. What is the problem? Okay, declare f month. Oh my god. All right, yeah, I just got it. You know, I just cannot do something like this. I can say what? I will say set f month, and then I will say what? I will say set L month. And here, you know, first before setting I need to make a declaration. So declare f month date, and I will say declare what? L month, and this is also of type what? It is also of type date. I think now it should run. All right, let us go and copy it and see if it is working or not. Again, there's a problem. What problem? L month date. Oh, all right. Declare. Again, I just copy it, and let us see if it is working or not. Sorry, I'll just go to the database and just paste this whole code. It is not copied. So again, let me copy it and just go and paste it over here. Okay, there is some problem. End at line 15. Okay, end by. Oh yeah, I just need to put. So there are many mistakes. You know, I just need to put a semicolon over here. I think now it should run. I'll copy it again, and I'll again run it. Yeah, query. Okay, so now this procedure is done, and suppose I say call pp1, and I suppose pass the argument as Sunday. So you know, it will return me the all Sundays of the current month, and you know, I just need to change the delimiter. You know, so you are getting what? You know, 7, 14, 21 and 28. For example, you know, if you just observe this calendar, all the Sundays, you know, Sundays are coming on 7, 14, 21 and 28. For example, if you want to find all the Fridays, then what will you do? Fridays are occurring on 5, 12, 19 and 26. So what will I say? I will, you know, call pp1, and I will say Friday. Delimiter has been changed, you know, so you are getting all the Fridays, you know, 5th, 12th, 19 and 26, and this is exactly what my calendar is showing, you know, 5th, 12th, 19 and 26. So this is the way, you know, you work with stored procedures. We have, you know, we have covered some examples of stored procedures. So thank you, you know, thank you for, you know, for patiently watching these videos. If you have watched this video, and please do keep on liking and subscribing all my videos, and do comment and like all my videos. Thank you so much for watching the videos.